Today we'd like to take you on a tour through one of Denison's largest listings, a 62-meter Benetti motor yacht, Mind Games. An exterior designed by Stefano Nattucci and a remarkable interior crafted by Studio Massari. This is one of the most unique Benettis on the water, and today we'll show you why. We're going to begin our tour in the engine room because it's one of her most impressive features. She's powered by a pair of MTU 12V4000s, giving her a cruising speed of 14 knots and a max speed of 16. But her most astounding performance attribute has to be the range. Estimating at an economical speed, Mind Games can cover an astonishing 8,000 nautical miles. That's like going from New York City to South Africa. As you can see, the engine room is a multi-level space, with your engines on the lower level and the engineer's control room on the upper level aft. Here, every second of your journey is meticulously monitored to ensure safety and security. If we continue aft, we'll enter the garage where all your water toys are stored. Plenty of paddle boards, dive gear, a new Williams 445 tender with 2 jet skis on the bow, and almost every water toy imaginable. Some are stowed away, like an Olympic-sized volleyball net and a mini driving range with biodegradable golf balls. At the stern of the boat, you'll find a beautiful beach club that provides ample space for all those water activities. From this space, we can walk up to the aft deck via a staircase to starboard. The aft deck is massive, and it serves as a welcoming area for guests, offering adjustable cocktail tables and generous seating. Let's move up one deck to the bridge deck aft. The access can also be found to starboard. Here we have a wonderful dining area with room for 12 and new rattan furniture that gives it a nice beachy feel. Aft in the corners are 2 cozy seating areas. Let's continue up one more level to the sun deck. This time the access can be located to port. The sun deck is where Mind Games' layout and design really shines. Aft you have a huge lounging space, and when the furniture is cleared, this space converts into a helicopter deck. With the range that Mind Games has, accessibility in remote locations is definitely factored into the design layout. Further forward is another dining space. You'll see it's set up with a Havana Nights theme. The stews on board Mind Games took home the award for Best Table Setup at Flibs this year, and it's easy to see why. Coming to the starboard side of the boat, there's a full-service bar that caters to the entire deck. Continuing forward in the center is an open-air gymnasium that can be fully enclosed if you want. You can also access this area from the elevator, which we'll see later. You have all the free weights, exercise equipment, and yoga gear needed up here. And to complete the space, you also have a dayhead and full steam room with separate shower. After the workout, cleansing steam, and a shower, have a cocktail in this space located just forward. More intimate seating here with the curved lounges and cocktail tables. And this entire sun deck wouldn't be complete without a jacuzzi, and this position is ideal. A dip in the hot tub is one of the best ways to end your day, but we're not done yet. Let's move back to the main deck and check out the salon. Studio Massari is well known for upholding the Italian tradition of handmade workmanship and exceptional finishes, and the interior of Mind Games embodies that. It's also a very practical layout with a bar at the entrance of the salon to port and a chess table to starboard. You'll see details everywhere you look in this boat. The texture of the chairs here at the chess table. You'll see clawfoot tables with Swarovski crystal accents and the letter M for Mind Games. In the middle here we have comfortable seating on both sides. And a pop-up TV separates the dining and seating areas. Further forward is your formal dining, capable of accommodating up to 14 if we expanded the table. Look closer and you'll see a crystal chandelier overhead with surrounding gold accents. Connected to the formal dining area is a crew space located to port. It has a dumbwaiter to bring food to the upper decks and a stew area to prepare coffee or drinks. Continuing ahead is the massive galley needed to cook for all the guests and crew. The galley has these big windows as well to bring the outside in. Coming out of the galley, we find ourselves in a crew area that leads to the upper decks, main foyer, and down to the crew mess and quarters. There's a crew of 14 on Mind Games. We've come back to the formal dining area to move along the starboard side now. We enter the main foyer with an elevator that accesses all decks. The foyer is a more formal place to welcome guests on board. Bronze statues stand guard, towering over the smooth Italian marble. We'll pass a dayhead and a crew access before continuing into the master. We find ourselves in a dressing area designated for the master that has plenty of storage and a sofa. We continue further forward into the master suite itself, but this isn't your bed. This is the lounge for your multi-level master suite. The lounge faces a TV that appears behind this art piece. To the port side, you have an office desk, and you'll find his and hers heads just forward, one side with a stand-up shower, and the other side with a jacuzzi tub. Moving up into the raised bedroom, we find a room filled with natural light thanks to a large skylight above and surrounding windows that also give you incredible views. The bedroom does have a pop-up TV, and the detail continues throughout the master as you'd expect. We're leaving the master suite, coming back into the main foyer and moving down below into the guest staterooms. From the elevator, we'll move forward first, where we have two staterooms. To starboard is a double cabin with queen-size bed. The details are evident throughout the lower suites as well. And the ensuite here is just aft. Coming out of the starboard cabin, moving to port, we have the only stateroom with twin beds. Both forward cabins each have a Pullman, and just like the starboard side, your ensuite is aft. You'll see three different types of marble on Mind Games: Bordacino, Yellow Sienna, and Gold Calicotta. Coming out of the forward guest suites, we'll head aft, move past the elevator, and enter the starboard aft double cabin. All the guest staterooms have crocodile patterns in the wall, and they also have a desk with TV. The crocodile continues toward the ensuite head. The twin stateroom was the only one we saw with a stand-up shower. All the other lower guest staterooms have jacuzzi tubs. Leaving the starboard aft cabin, you can see the intricate design even in the ceiling and door frames. The port aft stateroom is a double cabin with another queen-size bed and a green tone in the walls instead of brown. Finally, like the others, the ensuite here is aft. We've come out of the aft staterooms and we're heading back to the stairs to move up to the main deck foyer before going up another deck. Let's take the elevator from here and move aft to the Sky Lounge. With a beam of over 34 feet, that gives you the space needed for a baby grand piano up here. Just like the Salon below, you have flanking seating areas here, but this space will certainly get more use because of that big flat screen. Forward in the Sky Lounge is a full-service wet bar. If we move past the bar on the port side, we'll enter another crew space with a staircase that leads up to the sun deck, the dumbwaiter we saw earlier, and another stew area. Further forward, we find a staircase that would take us to the galley, and around the corner we can access the Helm. But now let's move forward from the Sky Lounge along the starboard side, where we'll find your last VIP stateroom here, making a total of 6 staterooms on Mind Games. Completely private and very high off the water, it offers seclusion, views, without sacrificing comfort. Just forward is the ensuite. Continuing forward to the Helm, we pass another dayhead, making a total of 9 guest heads. We first enter the captain's office and cabin space before continuing into the wheelhouse. The Helm is outfitted with all the navigational equipment needed for an 8,000 nautical mile journey. There's also a settee here if the guests wanted to be a part of the action. On behalf of Denison Yachting, we'd like to thank you for joining us on board Mind Games, our 62-meter Benetti motor yacht. To learn more, or if you'd like to come see her in person, contact JD Ducanes.